Hello, it's Rich Artist. You probably don't know of me. Well, I'm an aspiring YouTuber slash content creator and plan on making content in the near future. Why am I called a Rich Artist? Well, because Rich is the first syllable of my name and artist is simply for me being an artist. The name was hard to bear at first, but as I hear it be said repeatedly, the name sounds fitting. When it comes to anime, Dragon Ball Z is my all-time number one favorite. As a kid, I was not all that into anime, but when I seen Dragon Ball Z on TV, my whole life changed. The show was an obsession to me and I constantly thought of it. Dragon Ball Z was the only anime I was fully into at age 9 till age 15. I never liked Naruto at a very young age and honestly thought he was a puppet. You know when anime characters get hurt and beat up and have strands of blood coming out of the corner of their lips? Well, it came out both sides of his lips. It was either blood or those scratch line marks. Well, that was honestly enough to convince me he was a puppet. Shows like Bleach honestly creeped me out and I thought it was a weird anime. The show I say was more for teenagers and kids. Pokemon I watch but never really liked or care all that much about or respect how iconic it is to this day. Shows like Bakugan I had quite the liking for, along with Beyblade. Inuyasha I had quite the liking for too. I watched it during the Toonami block early in the morning. One Piece I honestly thought it was too goofy and I thought the character designs were just too ugly. So yeah, those are my thoughts on the animes I've seen in the past. 2015 was when I decided to break through my Dragon Ball Z's the only anime I love barrier. The first anime I started off with was One Punch Man. The show was okay and all. I liked the rivalry of characters, the adventures, the epic battles, and the heroic heart of Mumen Rider. After the season ended, I honestly was hungry for more episodes. This was a first for me, knowing that I don't put much attention to animes outside of Dragon Ball Z. Now I'm actually invested in an anime outside of Dragon Ball Z. I didn't go straight to the manga because I thought it wouldn't be as fun as watching the anime. It didn't take me too long to look at the manga and I actually started from the first chapter and moved onwards. I didn't read the text bubbles because I already knew the lines the characters said, of course. When 2016 hit, I watched animes like Bleach. During that time, I also watched Berserk, the first seinen anime I watched with gory features. I had a really hard time getting into Bleach because it just wasn't my taste until the Soul Society arc got me really liking the show and not seeing it as the strange anime I had once seen it as before. During May of 2016, I watched Hunter x Hunter as it premiered on Toonami Adult Swim and immediately loved the show. Each episode was interesting and exciting. During December of 2016, I watched Naruto. The show was nice and all, and I really loved the Zabuza saga, like everyone else commonly would. But as I got in the middle of the Chunin exam arc, my interest for the show was starting to lack. I took a hiatus and got back to it late March of 2017, and was really enjoying the show, and loved the rescuing Sasuke arc as a close-off to the series. After that, it was 80 episodes of filler hell, which I skipped and hardly watched. I'm not trying to say filler is a complete waste of time. Well, it is, and it isn't, depending on how interesting the episode is. When I binge watch an anime, I set a schedule and a deadline. Well, sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. So for me to watch filler tends to get in the way of my deadline. It kinda sucks because I will be missing out on the good parts of the filler, but it must be done. I love the series so much that I continued on and watched Shippuden. As good as Shippuden was, and as bad as Shippuden was, part 1 of Naruto has more of a special part in my heart. After finishing Shippuden, I watched the early episodes of Boruto and watched it weekly from June of 2017 to somewhere, I believe, in October of 2017. I don't know why I acted like I liked the show. The show was complete trash, but the fight with Sakura and Shin wasn't bad though. One of the things that sucks about watching Naruto weekly is the wordless burn filler. I'm really not all that a fan of next generation storylines because you know the old generation is much better than the new generation. My list of animes were only a handful until the summer of 2017 hit, and I watched a plethora of animes. I watched One Piece, JoJo Bizarre Adventure OVA, Assassination Classroom, Yu Yu Hakusho, Box, Princess Resurrection, and Attack on Titans. This was when I officially became a bigger anime fan than I was. Crazy, huh? I watched One Piece, 10 episodes a day, 100 episodes a week, for 3 months, while juggling other animes to watch within that 3 months time span. Watching One Piece was honestly the best choice I've ever made in my life. After that, I watched all the parts of JoJo in early 2018 and Rurouni Kenshin this summer. I really underestimated JoJo as I thought it was just a bunch of grown men playing around for who knows what, but I was wrong. The series had a good story to it with its stance and JoJo bloodline. As a kid, I never was introduced to the term anime till 2014, but always knew it shared something in common with the way they had spiky hair characters, big drawn eyes, and that Japanese culture. And when it comes to anime, I'm more of a shonen fan and like seinen as well, but still watch animes outside of shonen and seinen. So that's my go on how I evolve into anime. Now for the content I like to make on YouTube. I'm an artist, so I like to make anime videos that relate to art and discuss about its art and animation, the evolution of anime and manga, and the art comparison of the anime and manga. I hope to make some animation videos in the future. I'm also a big fan of Dead Battles discussions, so I may like to discuss about that too. Back then, I never thought I'd come to consider being a YouTuber. In the middle of 2015, was when I kickstarted my watchings of YouTube videos on my handheld device. Throughout those times, I've got to know more about the famous YouTubers and also the anime and manga YouTubers, of course. At that time, I thought YouTube wasn't for me and that I couldn't make videos up to par like the big players. Instead, I stayed in my comfort zone and sat back and watched the big players. I've watched stuff like vlog videos, mukbangs, prank videos, anime discussion videos, 24-hour challenges videos, and bothering people in public videos, and more. I never was a big fan of subscribing to the most well-known YouTubers, as it was never in my interest. When it comes to making money on YouTube, I honestly was amazed that you could make videos and get an earning from it. I was like, there's no wonder these people seem so invested in the videos they make. This is their job. Back then, I thought that it was amazing, but that I could never reach the same status as them till now. I always liked the thought of making a couple of cash on YouTube. I also thought relying on YouTube as my only job was scary because anything bad can happen, like copyright strikes or termination of the account for no good reason. But when it comes to YouTube, I know where I stand. I know I can't blow up fast or make a quick earning, and that's okay because I expect all of that. I know I have to start from somewhere, put in the work and for my videos, and be known on the platform like every other anime YouTuber. I'm hungry for the grind and development of the channel. The thought of making a living on YouTube is great, as you can make videos talking about what you love. I always thought about what status you need to be to make an actual living on YouTube. Was there 100k subscribers? 1 million subscribers? As I watched YouTube videos throughout the years, I learned that you need to be consistent with the videos you post online and have a certain amount of views. That one guy with 100k subscribers can generate 1 million views that exceeds his subscriber count, which shows he's doing really good, while the other guy with 1 million views averages 100k views, showing that his performance on YouTube is not so good and that majority of his subscribers gave up on him. Balin Levine and Danny Duncan. Balin Levine is a YouTuber who publicly harasses people. I'm still questioning why I'm still subscribed to him. Okay, so Balin Levine was inspired by Lil Yachty because he dropped out of college and told his mom to give him 4 months to become famous. And if he doesn't become famous, he'll go back to college. He succeeded because we know him today as the famous rapper he is. Balin dropped out of high school. Well, he either dropped out or got kicked out to follow Lil Yachty's footsteps. He now has 2.85 million subscribers and lives in an expensive house with his crew. Something I envy so much from Balin is him living life so freely and doing what he wants. Now we have Danny Duncan. Before this guy had any YouTube fame, he worked at a job. I don't know what job, but he earned $7 an hour and was not so happy. Now he lives his life just like Balin. These guys and some YouTubers in general showed me that when you're at your lowest point in life, you can step up and make a difference to your life as long as you put your mind to it. Be proactive and control the situation in your life to better your future. Where there's dark, there's always light that can be found. I'm not a big fan of these two. I just watch their videos here and there. I don't know how YouTube will go for me, and if I can possibly make it a full-time job. But what's more important is enjoying the videos I make and having a loyal fan base. What got me to write this script for the video was a certain rapper. That rapper's name is Pop Smoke. I usually don't feel all that motivated and was in the mood to listen to his song, What You Know About Love. I heard the song before, but never heard the full length of it. What really got my attention was his intro and outro. The intro had him thanking his fans and loving them for getting him to where he's at. I can already fantasize that being me, thanking my subscribers for pursuing my dreams. It will be tears of joy. The outro had him saying, whatever you want to do in life, just do it. That's what triggered me to write this script. Usually I don't feel all that motivated when I hear that statement be said. So what got me motivated? Well, it's because the song brings back missed memories from the past, not so long ago, that I can never get back. Along with never getting to know the rapper as if I took him and his song for granted. Along with the rapper passing away too. I thank this rapper because I've gone through repetitive hard times. No matter if I make things right, things just don't work out for me. I've said to myself, I will write this script for a YouTube video, but didn't know how to approach it because of feeling down and not motivated. But as I listened to Pop Smoke's outro line, a burst of motivation arose like never before. I was instantly able to think clear for my script approach and came up with this from the video. I just want to say thank you, Pop Smoke, for making things possible. May you rest easy. I've watched YouTube videos for years and learned how YouTubers must maintain their channel, so I have an understanding of how I should approach my YouTube videos. I want to discuss art topics that no one has ever talked about in anime to spice things up, and maybe cartoons, along with general anime topics. I'm a big fan of Disney as well, and would like to make videos about it too. I have no interest being famous on YouTube. I just want to do what I love, that's all. I look forward in making videos in the near future and hope to see you guys.